Do you ever think about that with respect to your faith? You're studying this when you're a teenager. Obviously, you're older now. You've been studying it for years and years and years. We were talking off camera, having a great conversation about all the different languages you look at and stuff like that. Do you ever think about that with respect to your faith? Because that's obviously something very personal to you as well.
Yeah, I mean, we all have biases.
Yes.
I mean, find me the person who's neutral and
Not
you're not
possible.
dealing with a real individual, right?
possible.
So I'm totally fine with the biases that I hold, and particularly in regards to the confessional biases that I have.
Confessional?
Yeah, so confession of something saying like Jesus Christ is God. That's a confessional statement based on like, so in Christianity, you literally have historic confessions like the Nicene Creed is a confessional statement, or the Apostles' Creed, or there are some catechisms. There's the Westminster Catechism, the London Baptist 1689 Catechism. Like these are different parts within the history of Christianity that state the belief systems. And so the idea is that those confessions and the idea of where they come from in church history, that has a vote and a voice, but ultimately Scripture has the veto.
The veto.
The veto. So as a Protestant, as a historical Protestant, which is breaking away from the Roman Catholic Church in
Yes.
the
14, 15?
late 15th century, I follow in the footsteps of individuals like Luther and Calvin and Zwingli
Yes.
and Melanchthon, in that they saw what was going on in the church and they reformed it back to what was original to the faith, and sort of like scraping away some of the trappings, the moss that had grown
Yes.
on the church. And so as part of that, there are certain belief systems that I hold to, one of which during the Protestant Reformation was sola scriptura, Scripture alone. And so the idea of that was not that other things like tradition or experience don't have a place within the conversation, but that sola scriptura was that Scripture is the sole infallible rule and faithful practice in the church.
Okay.
And so the idea is that ultimately you're looking for the meaning that comes out of Scripture. And I totally admit that that gives me a bias in the sense that I adhere to thinking that that is true. Thinking that the claims, and particularly the worldview claims, that something like historic Christianity in the Bible, that those are truth statements that can be verifiable, but that are true ultimately, and that does create a bias.